Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Let's go. Watch out now. 50.
Throwing to start the drive. Wilkerson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback,
here we go.
That's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. On 1st and 10, Wilkerson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Down. Hustle. Hustle.
Throwing on 1st down. Wilkerson. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start, because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting him score a touchdown versus holding him to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go, 46, 46. Under. Hey, kill. Here we go, go to 50,
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this first play will get them back to the 25, but that's going to be in. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
We're going to 54, right here. We're going to 53. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's got room. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have both bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilkerson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On the set.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Wilkerson has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll try to field goal now with Graham Gano. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Gano's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, good start for him in this one here, the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 54, 54, line in. Here we go, going to 53. 26.
Again, it's Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes in the run game you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third.
Kill! 47!
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wilkerson. Out route pass complete to Bellinger. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are once again back in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Kill!
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Kadarius Toney deep for the Giants.
That's taken on the 25.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Okay, right?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Okay, ready?
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Ready, set! Go, 38! Cut!
Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ready up!
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Wilkerson.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Here we go, back!
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson. That is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Let's go now!
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Running left, it's Barkley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wilkerson.
He's got Bellinger. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Back to throw. Wilkerson.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Gano the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
Scores Giants 20, Cowboys 7. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. This is intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st down, Wilkerson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Wilkerson. He dumps it off to Barkley.
And he will have a Giants 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Down. Stop. 17. 14.
Back to throw again. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott now. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Tony on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Wilkerson. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Barkley.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That one goes for 30 yards.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
A 1st down throw for Prescott.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
47. 46.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Work tonight.
throwing. Prescott steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else?
Under pressure, they got him again. Jabril Cox providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A very solid gain of 27.
Well, you don't become a 2-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
A first down carry by Elliott. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Kill.
Prescott.
He'll get this to Elliott. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's good for a Cowboys.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Prescott on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott to throw it.
Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Ashton Doolin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25 yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
47.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 47. Here we go.
Prescott yet again. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 53.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Here's a give to Barkley. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On 3rd down, Wilkerson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And some room to maneuver. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Kill. Here we go, going to 54, right here.
To throw is Prescott. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Here we go, 46, 26. Here we go, 47. 26.
On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime.
Here we go, going to 53. Hey, 47.
Prescott from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here's Dak.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Off play action. Wilkerson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was the moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Now Prescott.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Getting down to the end here, they have a two-score lead, barely, but it's a two-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a